This meeting with the Open Public Meeting Act 10:4-6 at SEEK. Annual notice having been forwarded to the New Jersey Herald and the New Jersey Sunday Herald and posted on the bulletin board.
Yes. Mr. Bongiovanni. Mr. Shirilla,
Yes.
Mr. Delarina.
Here.
Mr. Gaffin. Ms. Crock.
Here.
Mr. Kusevich.
Here.
Mr. Rossi.
Here.
Mr. Taylor.
Here.
Mr. Wagner. Councilman Smith. Mayor Galati. Here. Chairman Ray.
Okay, minutes. A motion is in order to approve the minutes of the May 7th, 2024 meeting. Do I have a motion? I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Bongiovanni. Mr. Shirilla,
Yes.
Mr. Delarina.
Yes.
Ms. Crock.
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mayor Galati.
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes. Okay, next item on the agenda is the bills. Mott McDonald and New Jersey Herald. Do I have a motion to pay the bills? Motion to pay the bills. Second.
Mr. Shirilla,
Yes.
Mr. Delarina.
Yes.
Ms. Crock.
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Councilman, Mayor Galati.
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes. Okay, escrow refunds, we have none. Correspondence, we have a resignation letter from Rick Gathan. He was an alternate member of the board. And then we have a replacement for him. I don't know if you want to do that now, Bill. Swear him in. I mean, I do have the.
Okay. Is our new.
You wanna call him up, Maria?
James, do you want to come up?
That's just. Don't say anything.
It's not Judy. Bill.
Yeah. I just had to make sure. I just picked one out.
James Mesalowski. I'm going to ask you to repeat after. This is the oath of court. I state your name.
I, James Mesalowski,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of,
perform all the duties of
so be a class 4
alternate,
is it
Correct.
yeah,
alternate to class 4 land use member
alternate class 4 land use member
of the Borough of Patacon
of the Borough of Peckham
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
We'll have one of these forms for you to sign, and you're on board.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. If you
Welcome.
want to just sit up front, that's probably be best.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a resolution. We have one resolution, Lee Theron, 18 Delaware Ave. The hearing date was April 16th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second
Mr. Shirilla,
Yes.
Ms. Crock.
Yes.
Mr. Delarina.
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mayor Galati.
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes. Okay, next item is zoning officer report. We have any, Bill?
Nothing this evening.
Discussion. Any old business? New business?
The letter from Lake Catherine.
Okay.
If you just want to read it to the, what it is into the record, I think probably.
Yeah, we received a letter from the Lake Con Commission regarding 52 West River 6 Road. So, you know, we'll enter this into the file on that. Continued applications, we have none. New applications. The first new application is John Carbone, block 30501, lot 63, 405 Lakeside Boulevard.
Evening.
Evening.
Chris Colabella, I'm here on behalf of the applicant. Yeah, if we could, Mr. Carriega, and Carbone. Carbone is here. Oh, he's always leaving.
Mr. Carbone, you swear the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yep.
And your full name, Mr. Carbone?
John J. Carbone Jr.
And you're the property owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and Mr. Carriega, you're a licensed engineer in the state of New Jersey,
Yes, sir.
currently licensed, and you testified before this board many times.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I would just ask that, of course, you accept his qualifications as an engineer in this matter. And what you have is an application to essentially take down an existing boathouse and reconstruct the boathouse. Same footprint, some minor adjustments. We're going to reduce the docks on either side of the boathouse. And there's variances required, of course. And there's a whole host of variances that I'm going to have Mr. Carriego testify to. So if I could, I would call Mr. Carriego as our first witness.
So what we are proposing to do is essentially rebuild an existing boathouse exactly in the same spot, not changing anything with regard to the footprint of the boathouse. But we are proposing modifications to the dock. There's an existing dock that's somewhat flag shaped right now, and our proposal was to cut off a piece of the flag and also cut off a piece of the dock on the side of the boathouse to give it a little more room to the side property line.
Mr. Carriego, can we just stop you? If we could just have that marked as A1.
And that's a copy of what was submitted to the board.
It was,
Yes,
yes.
this is sheet number 2 of 3.
It's 2 of 3 of A1. For the record.
So with doing so, we do have a host of variances on the property. To start with, the property itself is in a 15,000 square foot zone, and it's a 12,000. It's an existing undersized lot. Minimum lot width in the zone is 120 feet. We have 50 feet. Minimum lot depth is 100. We have 281, so we meet that. Front yard setback, 40 feet for the principal dwelling. Nothing is changing with regard to the principal dwelling. Maximum building coverage, 20% is allowed in the zone, 10.5% is what is existing and proposed. So everything with regard to the existing building is staying the same. With regard to the dock, we have a maximum dock width of 25 feet is required by ordinance. We have 12.2 feet existing, 12.2 feet proposed is the maximum dock width. I'm going to stop right there just for a minute because I'd like to kind of jump forward to Mr. Rushkey's letter because he had a couple of comments that we'd like to just modify our layout here so I can discuss modifications that will address Mr. Rushkey's comments and actually eliminate a couple of
This is
them.
the letter of April 11, 2024, is that correct? Technical review letter.
That's correct.
Okay.
Maybe Chris, we could just go to 3 items that he was talking about.
Yeah, the first one had to do with rule number 10 for general construction, rule number 17, whether or not they were going to be implicated. And that was the first question that in the technical review.
So one thing that they were proposing to do that is not going to be in conformance with the permit by rules is the construction of the dock over the existing beach and the modification of the wall, which would essentially be filling in the floodplain a little bit. So we want to basically take that out of our proposal. So the existing wall and the existing beach area, we just want to leave as is. That'll eliminate one of the variances for construction right up to the property line. And we would then be in conformance with all the appropriate permit by rules.
So we're gonna eliminate the need to get a permit from the DEP, is that what you're saying?
Correct. Okay. It's gonna change some of the lot coverage requirements and things, so I'll go over that at the end.
Okay. All right, so number two, we had this issue with, and Mr. Rushkey brought it up. The one dock would be 2 feet wide, and we were gonna make some adjustments to that as well. We talked about that earlier. If we could explain to the board what adjustments we're gonna make to that. There's gonna be 2 docks, one dock on each side of the boathouse.
Yeah,
And-
so
Go
right
ahead.
now, there's an existing dock, if you're looking at the plan, on the left-hand side. The existing dock width is over 4 feet wide for that flag section. We were just going to remove that flag section. But alternatively, if we just remove the entire strip of dock so that we have exactly 4 feet left on that side of the boathouse over there, and leave this existing dock width as 4 feet, so we eliminate that safety issue and eliminate that variance for having a dock under 4 feet wide. That will actually eliminate a couple of variances, and it will reduce our overall water lot coverage less than it is in our proposal right here. And existing too, so it's gonna lower everything.
So those, we've addressed the technical review comments, 1 through 3. The third one was, of course, converting the beach area to the dock and putting in artificial turf, but we're gonna eliminate that.
That's correct.
Right. So it's just these 2 issues that you have addressed in the technical review letter. For the most part, it's really just taking down the boathouse and replacing it with a new boathouse. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I'd just like to open it up to questions. I know that there's a very, yes. Mr. Henry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Perry, the dock on the right side will go from 2 to 4, then
That's correct.
in compliance with the ordinance. Will the dock, and there's some plans here that I didn't get in as well. Will the dock, as it now projects beyond the boathouse, still project beyond the boathouse, or is that section being cut off?
It is on the right-hand side you're talking about?
On the left-hand side, it looks like the
On the
dock,
left-hand side, no, it will stay the same length. So the
Stay-
dock
stays the
will
same
stay the
length.
same length, but instead of just cutting off the end, this is actually just under 6 feet wide right now. So we're gonna cut it back to 4 feet wide. So we're taking off about just under 2 feet on the entire length. Plus,
Okay.
that'll go straight out, so the flag.
No jobs. The land is gonna be brought back in line with the rest of it.
Correct. It will just go straight out. It will be just a thinner deck. So we're essentially just reducing the
Size.
water lot coverage from what it is right now. Making everything better.
you wanna put the new variance criteria, new variances on the record now?
Yes, so what the impact of what that does, basically, there's a little bit of lot coverage here from what the work that we're gonna be doing down by the lake. So the lot coverage is going to be, it's 46.3 existing, 45% proposed. So we're gonna be reducing the lot coverage by 1.3%. Maximum water coverage, we have 54.9 existing, and it would be 48.5 proposed. So we're lowering it down significantly, 6.4%.
I would open up to
Is there any
questions.
non-conformity that is exacerbated through that?
Yes, that will be, see Mr. Rush's.
Sorry, there's that- Yeah, the right side.
Yeah, that should be it, just the different numbers.
Yeah, the right deck side yard is, Mr. Rushton pointed out, you're going to 4 feet with that, so I suppose that's going to reduce the right side yard to the deck.
Correct.
That's-
It's going to be basically what it is right now, 5.5 feet.
The boathouse itself is gonna be reduced to accommodate that?
No, not the boathouse, I'm sorry, that was the dock I was talking about, the dock setback. The boathouse is, nothing's changing.
Okay.
Any additional questions from the board or Mr. Perry?
I don't see any. Any questions? And I'll, do you have any questions, Ken?
Any questions
I'm
for the
gonna open
homeowner?
this, I'm gonna open this, yeah?
Any questions for the homeowner?
Pretty straightforward.
Okay, very good.
I'm gonna open this application to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application?
I'm Beth Ann Meredith. I look in the, been here a few times.
Please raise your right hand.
Yes,
You swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God, nothing but the truth.
yes, I did. My name is Beth Ann Meredith. I live at 409 Lakeside Boulevard, which I'm not next door neighbor, but one over. And I share a driveway with these fine young gentlemen since 1989. I think this one was 16. So I have watched it go from a little bungalow to this beautiful home, and everything the Carbones do is beautiful and lovely, and just they dot every I and cross every T. So I have no doubt that this plan is going to be beautiful and enhance the neighborhood. And I think it's about one of the few boathouses that's left that's old. Really, it's desperately needs to be redone. So I'm 100% in favor of it.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public wish to comment on this application? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board and wait for a decision.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. No. That's necessary. Dave. Go ahead, Bob.
This one is kind of hard to follow, and I'd like to be able to just say, oh, we'll just add 2 feet here, or whatever, but I was wondering if it would be possible to pull all your comments together with a plan that can be then stamped. and-
I'll have a plan to you before, so we can look at that with the rest of it.
Okay. There'll be no waiver of the memorialization tonight. We'll wait till we get the resolution.
Yeah, I think we want to
Okay.
request that. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second?
Yes, Mr. Shirella,
Yes.
Mr. Delarino,
Yes.
Ms. Crock,
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich, Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks. Okay, next application is Jamal Lampkin. Block 10201, lot 9, 319 Wills Ave.
Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
And your name, sir?
Jamal Lampton,
And you're the property owner?
correct.
Okay, tell us what you'd like to do.
So just want to add a sliding door and extend the deck side. My neighbors would be here, but their son has fever. They wanted to come and support.
So what triggered this?
It's it would be a side yard.
Side yard?
Side yard.
But there's stairs already, I mean, he's not exceeding what's already
It's
there.
already,
Yeah, okay. Straightforward.
You're gonna put a slider on the side of the house?
Correct. My fiance's plan. Yeah.
Any members have any questions of this application?
Just the comments on the letter, do we need to address about the asphalt? Provide testimony to using asphalt to be removed as part of the proposed construction.
You received a letter from Mark McDonald, the borough engineer. Got a couple questions you got on.
Yes, yes,
Okay. You agree to comply with everything in the letter?
correct.
Okay.
He does ask if the existing asphalt will be removed. So the deck that you're going to install is going to be over an area of asphalt now with the asphalt underneath that. He asks about the height of the proposed railing. Do you have any idea what that would be?
No, but we'll provide that.
Well, that would have to be code, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Connor will make sure.
Okay.
Okay. No questions from the board? Okay. I'll open it to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board, wait for a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion second.
Mr. Sherrillo,
Yes.
Mr. Delarina,
Yes.
Ms. Crop,
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, the next application is Michael Darmstadt, block 50410, lot 1, 4 Stony Point Road. And we had a little question with the notice on this, and the borough attorney said that we have to rely on the information that the tax assessor gives us. So,
Municipal land use law states that the applicant notifies the tax assessor to obtain a 200, we call it 200-foot list, property within 200 feet. And the applicant is entitled under the statute to rely upon that list. And if they do provide notice in accordance with that list, they fulfill their statutory obligation. I looked at the letter that went to the tax assessor, it had the correct address, and there was inadvertence, I'm sure, where somehow it was clear what the lot and block was, is that he was asking the list for, and the mistake is not his, so he's entitled to rely upon that.
So the opportunity for the neighborhood to voice their opinion is avoided.
Yeah, it's voided, yeah.
I am friends with most of the neighbors and I did text them all.
Wait,
sorry.
Jumping the gun.
All right, so then we're gonna proceed with this application.
Yes, for the record, Donald G. Matthews, Galante and Matthews, 50 Galeese Drive in Wayne, New Jersey, on behalf of the applicant Michael Darmstadt with regard to the application on 4 Stony Point Road in Icon. This is an application to construct a second floor addition within the existing building footprint and to construct an undersized parking space where none currently exist on the lot. The lot is non-conforming in terms of lot size, lot width, lot depth. And the location of the house on the lot has pre-existing non-conformities in terms of front yard setback and side yard setback. There are additional pre-existing non-conformities with regard to accessory structures and walls. In order to build the addition vertically over a portion of the existing first floor, the applicant requires a variance for a front yard setback. And it came to me in my further review today that he may also need a variance for the pre-existing side yard setback that was listed in the Mott McDonald correspondence. Because that is the front left side corner and the addition is going to go up in that area. So I think it would need the front yard variance as well as the side yard variance. With
Is that
regard,
advertised, Bill? Any variances required?
Yeah. So I looked at it before, it looked like they had a catch all there.
Okay.
with regard to the parking spaces, there are currently no parking spaces on this lot. And the applicant is proposing to construct one undersized parking space on the lot, which requires 2 variances. One, because there are no parking spaces and 2 are required. And the other, because it's only 8.5 foot by 20 foot rather than 10 foot. I have 2 witnesses, Michael Darmstadt, the homeowner, and also William J. Darmstadt, who's a professional engineer.
Okay. They gotta testify?
Yes.
Is there testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And you're sir?
William J. Darmstadt. I'm a New Jersey licensed professional engineer and land surveyor.
I am Michael Darmstadt. I'm a
Michael, you go first. How long have you owned this property?
I believe probably 4 or 5 years.
And did you prepare the property survey dated January 10th, 2024 in your capacity as a licensed surveyor?
I did, yes.
And can you please describe the property site for us?
It's a single family dwelling on their front's on Stony Point Road. Stony Point Road is kind of an odd shaped road that makes a bend as it reaches my house. It's one side is on Lake Apacon, and the property has a pretty extreme topography. It's mostly bedrock. If you looked at the survey, you'll see a shed in the corner of the survey, and that is the shed is actually higher than the roof of my house.
And the property itself is undersized. It's a 7,178 square foot lot in a 15,000 square foot zone.
That is correct.
And the width is 99.5 feet and then where 120 foot is required.
Correct.
And the depth is 72.11 or 100 feet.
You said 99.5 width? It's 72. Or if you average these two, it could be 99.5.
Okay, that's what it was. It was, and that was the average figure. And the depth is 72.11 where 100 foot is required.
Correct.
And so due to the property the constraints, what alternatives do you have to construct in addition to this property?
We can only really go up. To go out, we can't come out over the septic field. To go to the left, but there's a lot of ledge rock there. And we are only looking to do addition on part of the house, not the entire house.
And can you describe your existing home?
It was an old bungalow that was slowly over time, kind of added on to and made into it's got a footprint of about 900 square feet. It's got a small basement and that's a bedroom down there. And then, and it's one floor right now.
And what is the setback from the road?
The distance from the existing house to the Stony Point Road is 4.6 feet.
And can you describe your proposed addition and the renovation?
The portion closest to the road is the portion of the house that we are going to raise. Put a second floor on. We can't really put a second floor on the portion of the home farther away from the road because it's a living room with big vaulted ceilings. It would ruin the character of the house if we were to take out all that headspace.
And so the only way for you to go is vertically up from the building. Can you point that out on the sketch? Can we talk about your picture?
So this is just a drone picture.
Okay.
You gonna mark that, Bill?
Explain what that is first.
This is just an aerial photo that I took with a drone on January 29 of this year.
You mark that as.
A1.
A1, just looking for a place for you to mark it. Usually mark it in the upper right corner.
The white roof?
White, okay, we can do that. There you go.
And that accurately depicts your property?
As it sits today, yes.
And there were no, it's not been enhanced or revised in any way?
No. So I'm just gonna describe the picture. This is the house that we're looking at over here. This is my house. It's down in the corner. You would drive into the neighborhood like this, and then you can loop around this way, but when you hear that we're going for a variance for something that's 4 feet off the front property line, don't visualize cars driving past a house that's 4 feet off the property line. The road goes like this and makes the 90-degree turn before really any cars get to my house. So like cars driving past the house 4 feet off the property line is with a second story is not exactly what's going on here. And you can see that this house, along with the other houses in the neighborhood, are very close to the property line as well. I just wanted to give you guys a visual of that, to kind of help us along.
And what are your reasons for adding the second level to your house?
The bedrooms are very, very small. It was an old lake bungalow. I mean, there's one room is about 8 feet by 8 feet. It's gonna be hard to put anybody in there. And with the development of my relationship with my girlfriend, she comes with 2 daughters. And you cannot cram, we need them to have separate bedrooms rather than cramming into the small bedroom in the basement, and it's just too small. I mean, we're now putting 4 people into a 1,000 square foot home, you know, it would be tight, and it's just not enough room. So we're just asking for a second floor, so we can put a master bedroom up there, and a little office for me to work from home sometimes, and the downstairs, one of the bedrooms downstairs, we're gonna convert to a laundry room, because the laundry is in one of the bedrooms currently, because there's no room for laundry. So we really we need a little bit more space here in order to, you know, make the dream come true.
On the bedroom count, is the bedroom count staying the same? Or you're adding?
We are not increasing the amount of bedrooms. With the very, very tiny bedroom I had mentioned before, we're gonna take the laundry out of an existing bedroom and turn it into strictly a laundry room. So we are not increasing the amount of bedrooms. There are 3 bedrooms now.
What's the existing square feet
Existing square feet, including the downstairs, is 1,150.
and proposed?
The proposed is, I believe, a 600 square foot addition. Let's talk facts. I'll take a look at the architect's plan real quick. Yeah, what's the digital?
Yeah.
New addition is
Ballpark is fine. I'm not-
600 square feet ballpark.
Okay, that's fine.
The house would be in keeping with houses in the area. It looks like the white structure there is fairly large, but is that right? The house would be in keeping with houses in the, consistent with houses in the neighborhood.
Yes. They're all kind of more or less the same size, as far as footprint goes. This one's smaller, these 2 are bigger. Then we have some a couple of my neighbors have pretty monstrous size houses, very large, immediate neighbors.
With regard to the parking space, was there a parking space on the property when you purchased it?
No, you can see we park in the road here.
And you're proposing an 8.5 by 20 foot parking space. Can you explain the reasons that the driveway size is limited and you can't do the full 10 feet?
The driveway size is limited because of the distance between the existing porch and the property line. So we're asking for it to be about 2 feet short.
1.5 feet.
1.5 feet short, because if we could do it bigger, we would.
And
What are you gonna do to protect the well there? Because
So we saw that in the engineering letter and their request, because there is a well there. And to put a bollard up, you just take away from the size of the already undersized width of the driveway. So to protect the well, I believe the engineering letter proposed, we can set the well ground level and put a metal cover over it so that it can handle traffic.
They just coordinate that with the health.
Yes.
And you can't make a double-sized parking space. For what reason?
Like I said, most of my property is bedrock and it's basically you'd have to move a mountain in order to make it double long to make the driveway longer and park 2 cars back to back.
And as it is,
how do you propose to get that? You got a blast for that or?
We were gonna drill it. We had to drill out for 4 days rock to get the septic system in. So we were just gonna propose, because the portion of the driveway that we're looking to develop, the bedrock, it's before the bedrock gets too steep and turns into a mountain, and they would come in with a air compressor and drills, and they would drill it and split it by hand.
So no blasting.
No blasting, no rock hammering. We were gonna drill and split it by hand. We think it's doable.
And that's the reason you're limiting it to one space.
Correct.
Did you review the Mont McDonald letter dated April 4th, particularly points 3 and 4 under the site plan? Regarding fill, there's not gonna be any fill required because you are gonna chip the rock out of there.
Yeah, we're removing. We're not reporting it.
And you've already testified with regard to the flush steel covers, so
Correct.
I have no further questions.
Any members of the board have a question for the applicant? No? Okay. Okay, I'd like to open this application to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application? Seeing none, I'll close it to public and bring it back to the board and wait for a motion.
Mr. President, I would like to excuse myself because I'm a neighbor within 200 feet. And
Absolutely. Okay. We have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Shirella,
Yes.
Mr. Delarino,
Yes.
Ms. Crock,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes.
Chairman Wright.
Yes. Good to go.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much. I
much.
appreciate your time.
Okay, the next application is Muzo De Vecchi, block 30508, lot 16, 6D Drive.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel McCarthy III, attorney from Opacong on behalf of Muzo De Vecchi, who unfortunately could not be with us today, but I have his wife who is with us and offer some testimony. So we'd like to swear her in.
Raise your right hand, please. This is testimony about you will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Your full name, please.
Patricia De Vecchi. Patricia De Vecchi.
Mrs. De Vecchi, we were before the board back in June of 2021 via a Zoom hearing, correct? And the application more or less involved the complete development of the property, building of a house, improvements, driveway. It's a very busy application, as you recall, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and part of the land use board's resolution required the removal of an existing shed on the property, right? Is it fair to say that because of the very busy nature of the application, that requirement kind of slipped by you? In other words, you did not necessarily appreciate the importance of the shed at the time,
Exactly.
and you've since built the home, correct?
Yes.
And you've moved in?
Yes, we are living.
Okay, and the shed was pre-existing, right?
Exactly.
When you bought the property?
Yes, it was.
It's an older shed,
It is really old.
and is it well constructed?
It was rotten. No, everything was in pieces.
But there was still a shed there,
Yes,
correct?
it was. It was.
Okay, so since you've been at the house, have you found that the shed has been beneficial in nature? It's helped you?
I mean, us, yeah, a lot.
Okay, how so?
We have our stuff. We put our stuff there.
Okay, so you really need an accessory structure at the house?
Yes.
Okay, so that's all we have on the shed. The other question, or at the time, there was a requirement that an old tennis court be removed, right?
There is not any tennis court right now.
So you would not picture the US Open being held on your property this fall, correct?
No.
Okay.
It's just pieces of concrete.
It's busted up concrete, so I
Yes,
believe
I
we
think
have
we
some,
have some pictures.
we have some pictures that we'd like to pass out to the board. Two sets. They more or less show the same thing, so I think just in time we'll pass one, so we'll just have this marked
This will
A1,
be A1.
and this is for board members, there are multiple copies.
Same, okay. The photograph you've provided is A1, when was that taken?
What your husband took this,
It's-
correct?
It's like a month ago.
Before the trees came out, right? And
Yeah,
before the trees bloomed. Okay, so this concrete area, and referring to A1, which shows a bulldozer and so forth, and some concrete. This is the so-called tennis court, right? And it would be your preference to keep this?
Yes, we're gonna keep it, we're gonna clean it and put some ornament plants over there to look better than what it looks right now.
What is it that you would put over it?
Just plants,
Plants?
yeah, because it's looking not so well right now.
So this area, it's water, when rain falls, does the water kind of disappear into this busted up concrete?
Because it's in many pieces, the water is just sinking between the concrete.
Okay, so it doesn't run away from
No,
this, correct?
no, it
In your
doesn't.
experience?
Yeah, no, it doesn't,
Okay.
it doesn't make any.
Okay, so it would be beneficial and useful for you to leave this the way it is, except improvement with some plantings.
Yes,
That's basically our request, is to just have these two conditions in a very busy resolution memorialization approval removed or addressed.
Did you get are you received
Yes.
Mr. Rushkey's letter?
Yes, you did see this letter, right, from Mr. Rushkey? And he has a couple of comments or questions. In terms of the location of the shed, is there any other useful place that you could put the shed, or is it the best location where it
that's a
is?
good location right now for this.
Okay, so there's no other realistic alternatives?
No.
Okay, in terms of the tennis court and depiction, is Mr. Rushkey's comment number 2. It's not really so much a tennis court as it is busted up rocks or busted up concrete. And as we indicated before, we believe that the nature of the concrete is clearly seen in the pictures. It's not really an impervious surface area. So if it was a traditional tennis court, a solid surface, we would certainly agree that Mr. Rushkey's comment would be applicable and would have to be addressed. But given what you can plainly see in that picture, we don't believe we have a situation which increases the impervious coverage or should cause any additional runoff.
So you agree to comply with whatever.
Yes, whatever Mr. Rushkey's requirements are.
Bill, what's your thought? Should they just include it and request a variance just so that there isn't any discrepancy there, or just assume it's not? What's your thought? I don't think we're close to the requirement of lot coverage anyway.
It's a big lot.
Yeah, because I think they had only 14% of it, so they were still well below. So it's not like they need a variance then, I guess. That's what I was, so it's kind of.
Yeah, as I recall, the testimony was that it kind of busted up concrete, why don't you just get rid of it back then and be done with it. And the applicant said they would. I don't think it didn't trigger any variances. It was, I think, more of an aesthetic and thing than.
Yeah, I don't feel that strong.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah.
Okay. All right, so any questions for this applicant from the board members? Well, I'll open this application to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application? Seeing none, I'll close it to the public and bring it back to the board to wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion is second.
Mr. Sherrill,
Yes.
Mr. Delarina,
Yes.
Ms. Crock, Mr. Kuzinich,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes,
Chairman Wright.
Abstain. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
thank you.
Next application is Antoli Matsur, block 30505, lot 8, 350 Lakeside Boulevard.
Again, Daniel McCarthy III, acting on behalf of Mr. Anatoly Matsur, who stands to my left. Mr. Matsur will provide testimony.
You swear the testimony of that will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
And you are the property owner.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Metzor, this property, it abuts Lakeside Boulevard, correct? Yes. Okay, but based upon your survey, you do not necessarily have direct access straight down. Your driveway goes back and forth across other properties, correct? Yes. So it's more or less like a switchback. Yes. So it's for lack of a better description, it's a long and winding road from your residence down through Lakeside Boulevard, correct? Yes. Now, do you also have pedestrian access to Eugene? Eugene Place, yes. So, this shed in question, where is the shed, currently located? Looking the Lakeside Boulevard on the right. Okay, did you construct the shed? Yes. Okay, the shed is actually terraced or tiered in nature, is that correct? Yes. And why was it constructed like that? Because I don't have much space. This exactly close to the property line, and I'm on the hill. And you have some pictures? Yeah. They're all the same, correct? I believe they are. Yeah. Just keep one. We're gonna mark this as A1.
This is a sheet with 5 photographs.
Yes, this is from the top and this from the front.
Okay, the upper left corner photograph, you say that's from the front, so that would have been
Yes.
taken from Lakeside Boulevard looking at the shed? Or the other
Yes,
way? No.
yes.
Oh, it slopes up toward Lakeside Boulevard.
It slopes up towards you.
Bill, did we swear this witness?
We did,
Oh, we did?
we did.
That would be the Lakeside case.
This is Lakeside.
The low face.
So we're, just for the record, we're looking at the top left picture, correct? So Mr. Metzor, these 5 pictures that are shown on A1, did you take these pictures? Yes. And when were these pictures taken? Couple days ago. Okay, so we're going to look at the picture in the top left corner. It shows a door with some glass in it, correct? Once again, this is looking, is Lakeside Boulevard behind you when looking at this picture? Yes. And Eugene would be in front of you, up on top of the hill, right? Yeah, from this back. Okay, from this picture. Okay, no, this picture, we're looking at the picture, the left-hand side top. Yes. So Lakeside Boulevard is to your back? Yeah. And when you're looking up here, Eugene is up here someplace in the back? Yes, yes. Okay. The left-hand side bottom picture, there's something in there, inside there with wheels. What is this about? Is mower and blower. So you store your yard equipment inside the shed? Yes. Okay. The picture in the second column from the left, it shows a doorway which is open with glass panes and a bush in front of it. What does this picture depict? This is 2 garbage can and not bigger size, exactly smaller garbage can. And this 48 inches by, I think, garbage can approximately 30 something is from this side. This is exactly 2 can. This picture showing the door that's open with a glass window pane, is this the side that's closest to Eugene? Yes. Now, is there any reason why you store your garbage in this particular location? What they said is I'm on the hill and I don't have a space. This is close to me. Bring the garbage from the house to put the can inside. If previous when I bought this house and if I leave the garbage can some area around the house, when big wind, sometime I pick up found my can from the boulevard on the lakeside. And this and to UG place is too close, bring my garbage when pick up it on the Lakeside Boulevard. The Lakeside Boulevard doesn't have a space, put the garbage can. And this
long way to go down to the street, especially winter time is very difficult.
So in your opinion, in your experience living at this property, trying to put your garbage, I mean, your household garbage on Lakeside Boulevard for pickup, is it somewhat dangerous?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so this rear doorway in the picture we're now talking about, that's close to Eugene, correct?
Yes.
So is there a safe location on Eugene to put your garbage?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now keeping your garbage inside this enclosure keeps animals from getting it, bear and so forth, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, the next picture, to the right, shows the doorway which is open. What does that depict? Again, looking at this picture.
So this is from the Eugene, this is same.
Okay, same thing, okay.
It is from the Eugene, yeah.
Okay, and is this show the same thing as well? The picture all the way to the right?
This is picture first, but
Okay,
this showing how this going shed.
so just referring back to the first picture on the left-hand side, what's clearly depicted here is the terraced nature of the shed.
Yes,
And it's terraced because it's a very steep slope, is that correct?
yes.
Have you given any consideration to any other ways to build the shed or other places to put the shed?
There's no space, absolutely no space.
So given the unique nature of the topography of your property, this is the only realistic place where you could put such a
Yeah,
shed, correct?
This is just one space.
Okay, have you had the chance to review Mr. Rushke's letter to the Land Use Board of April 4th?
Yes,
Okay, I believe we addressed the fact that you did construct the shed yourself, correct?
yes.
Right, and we did comment 1A, asks you to provide, if you gave any consideration to locating in any other place. There's no other place to put the shed in your experience, correct?
There's no space.
Okay, the site plan, comment number 2, what is the approximate size of this shed? Is it, how many square feet?
It's approximately 160, 160.
And what is the height, the average height when standing at any given point along the shed?
It's, 80 inches, because door has 82 inches, 85 inches approximately height from the top and around maybe 8 or 9 from the front, because it's on the hill.
Okay, and the shed more or less is on the property line, correct?
Yes,
And unfortunately, in your judgment, there's really no other place on this property, given its topography, to locate the shed, is that correct?
yes.
Okay, I think that's all I have for the applicant.
What's the width of the sheds? It's one continuous shed. It looks like sheds that are put together, but I guess it's one continuous shed.
They
Yeah,
step up
that's-
the hill. correct? I mean,
Yeah.
what kind of
Yes.
stuff with the
Yes, yes,
topography
yes.
is-
It's like a
But
step
This
system.
is very narrow, it's like privacy fan, it's not,
How wide is it? 4 feet, 6 feet, 5 feet?
it's from the front, around 6 something, around 7, and from the top is, what they call 48 inches. Because it's going to exactly, close to the property line.
Is that I mean, if you look at that survey, Dan, what is that little, is there a discrepancy in the survey there? I mean, it says it's on the line, but the other house next door looks like their survey is kind of, there's a little sliver there.
Looks like the asphalt
Yeah.
driveway from the neighbor encroaches onto the property.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I take it there's an easement through the property and access
Yes.
easement for the adjoining
Yes.
owner? Yeah. Okay.
You can
So
do a
you
lot of those.
walk your garbage down that driveway.
Yeah.
You get out to Eugene, basically.
Yeah, up to Eugene.
Or up to Eugene,
From this
yeah,
side,
yeah, so you come,
to the
you
house.
come that way. to
Yes,
Eugene.
yes.
Okay, got it.
So what is it? Three houses share that driveway? Is
It's
that-
actually 4, I believe.
Four.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
4th house that's not, for whatever reason, we can't figure out, it's not depicted on the survey. But the driveway apparently was there when the survey was done,
So there's all cross easements or whatever.
yes, and I believe that those multiple properties were the subject of a site plan application in the past many years ago, in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. But you do have the benefit of the survey, which I think is part of the record, and we have to have this marked, but
No, it's a
Um,
application.
as Mr. Metzger was saying, just to kind of illustrate the point, this is his house. And he'd have to take his garbage all the way down here to Lakeside Boulevard, and there's really no safe place to put it.
Yeah, there's
So-
no shoulder down there. You got
Yeah.
about a foot and a half from the white line to the.
It's hard
the
not to
cliff.
get, it's hard not to get down the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is like extremely steep here. It's just like almost straight up. So if he put the shed behind, it would block the view, would be looking at the roof. So this is realistically about the only place in his judgment that he can put the shed, and he can take his garbage right from the back up to Eugene and safety.
Because if you stand on Eugene, his roof is
Yeah.
considerably lower than Eugene.
Oh.
Way down.
Usually, absolutely. This is maybe.
Okay.
That's our.
That's your thing. Any questions for this applicant?
Just don't add second story to it. Just leave it at one.
You could add a third story, and then maybe you'd see it from the road, you know? Okay, I'm gonna open this application to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application? Watch yourself.
I'm Christine Gardner, Gianni Gardner. Nice to meet
Please
you.
raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but.
Yes,
And repeat your name again, I'm sorry.
Christine Louise Gianni Gardner,
Christine with a.
CHRISTIN.
Do you have comments?
Yes, I'm the neighbor and I'm fine with the sheds as long as they're on his property. So that's the only thing I ask. He can have all the sheds he wants along the lot line, as long as I don't have to do, as a realtor, easement by necessity, lot line adjustment, or have him have to move like a foot. So all I ask for, because I am the one next door, that's the discrepancy one,
Okay,
and the addition to. And there is a fourth house there and there's documentation. We just, if you ask, we have it.
okay.
The survey shows the property lot line, that shows an asphalt driveway, which I presume is yours,
Yes,
encroaching a bit into his property, but the shed is on his side of the asphalt driveway in any event. It looks
Okay,
like it's
where-
just
Are you
sort of-
on
wait a minute,
it's
I'm
just-
7, I'm 007.
She's on the left,
6
Bill.
is my
Yeah.
brother,
So her property.
so he's really on my brother's.
Yeah.
We're all 92 by 225 except for Doc.
So there's a driveway, which, do you have a driveway?
I'm supposed to have a
back of your
25-foot easement that goes in the back. In the
Okay.
back is the town
Is
road.
That's
That's
this is
the
your- this
paper
is your
road.
Driveway here.
Where am I looking?
Yes,
You're here, right?
yes.
I'm here.
Here's his shed.
Here's his sheds. So he's him. This is my easement, and back up here is Eugene Place, the
Well, you
paper
wanna,
road.
you wanna just show the board what you're talking
I
about?
don't know what they want me to do. I don't know.
No, well, you were just describing to me, so the board can see.
Hi,
Yes.
this is our easement. It's 25 foot and it's supposed to be 25 foot, so everybody could get like a, God forbid, ambulance up the street. So this is where he wants to open it up or expand it. So we have a little hill, it's a problem. Other than that, all 4 homes live on this easement. There's a 4th that shoots off this way that there is documentation. In the back, we have the paper road. That's how I got my water in, through the paper road. I'm fine with what he did with the sheds as long as they're on his property. As a realtor, you understand.
They are on his property.
If they're on his property after the fact, okay,
I
perfect,
think the
perfect.
survey actually says shed online.
Okay,
That's what it.
that's
very
all
back
I'm here
door
for.
is-
That's it. That and I think
But
keep
if
the
you
easement
measure
open.
from your house to the line, 28 feet, is this is like 2 line normally. But of course, counting
Well, we're
one. no-
52 minus 92 is 40 feet. So you have 28.1 and I'm supposed to be 20 and 10 on the
No,
other side.
I'm not talking about this side. From your corner here, 28 to the line.
To the line.
But from this line to the shed, it's more space because this is my.
Okay, so you're coming down the line this way and I'm fine with that. As long as this was done after, that's all I care, as you know,
Okay.
for real estate. Yeah.
Mr. Metz, sorry to interrupt, or if you have anything else? Noah?
No, I just want to make sure this is open, because I need egress for God forbid accident issues and medicine.
It's
And-
never gonna be closed.
I'm gonna hold this up to the
And-
board to see what you're
Yeah,
pointing to.
so it's just the easement, because, you know, like,
Yeah, this won't
borders
affect the-
expand,
it's-
yeah, it's gotta stay
considerably-
wide, so I can get in.
We could give you a copy of that, so you have it.
I would love that, thank you, thank you. And that's it, right? That's it. We're good?
Yeah, it does say on the line.
Okay.
Yep.
City word.
Application.
Oh, maybe that one. has-
Backyard, everything's fine.
She has city word.
It's not under the shed.
All right, we're
Thank
good.
you,
Not
thank
yet.
you. Where do I get a copy
Yeah,
of that?
the next two.
I can get it.
Okay, do we have any other members of the public that wish to comment on this application? Seeing none, I'll close it, and bring it back to the board and wait for a motion.
I'll make a motion to. To approve it.
Second?
I'll second it.
Mr. Cirillo,
Yes.
Mr. Delarose. Brock,
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes.
Just one technical question for our clerk. This survey, I think, should be online as part of the application, so
I have,
she
she can
could.
get it, and I also, I have extra copies too.
Okay.
It's online and I have extra copies if you want to see.
Yeah, she can get a copy from her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There'll be
Yes.
10 of us sitting there.
Yeah. I said I had.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is a work session for St. Jude's Church. We have someone here from St. Jude's Church?
Mr. Ray, how are you? Board members. We'd like to make, St. Jude's Church, who anyone is familiar with the area where the church is. On one side is the church, on the other side is the rectory, and if you go straight back, you have the parish center on top. Right off the grass between the two buildings, we want to make a monument for our veterans and for anyone who wishes to, like, put a brick in there, or we're also gonna have slate that you can put on the walls. It's gonna be something very nice that we're gonna do. It's gonna be very eye appealing. And we're just asking for permission to do this.
How tall is the wall gonna be, or how long, do you know?
Wall is gonna be
Less than 4 feet?
23 foot. I think it says 30 on a plan, but it's 23 foot. It's gonna be 2 foot high and about 8 foot back, 8 to 10 foot back.
Yeah. I mean, where's it going? That hill going? like-
Going up the hill, yes.
Right in the hill?
That it's gonna be tapered, that it's only, the walls on the side are only gonna be about 2 foot high. And then you're gonna have, like a backdrop, and on the backdrop, you're gonna have, 3 squares. One representing, the Army, the Navy, and, the Air Force.
So it's more like a decorative, like a landscape type of wall.
Yes, yes.
What about the Marines?
Yeah. Didn't I say the Marines? Well, the Marines are, with the Navy.
Part of the Navy.
You know, a friend of mine told me one time that that the Marines worked for the Navy. And they said that the Marines were the men's department.
Jimmy, what about the Air Force?
Missed the Space Force.
Space Force.
Space Force.
I don't know, John. I mean, I don't see a big deal with it. It's just,
No, I don't
it's
think
basically going in that,
Yeah,
That
is this something
hill.
we can, the board can identify this as a waiver?
Just give 'em a
or
waiver.
something, Requirements or something. Yeah, I think.
I think we're probably gonna help you build that.
It's not on any property.
no, it's not even close.
It doesn't mean make a ruling or a resolution or something. It's just think it wants, okay,
No, I mean,
yeah, it's a decorative wall and I think you can just maybe just bring it like.
It's not really triggering any variances, is it?
No. All right, well, I don't think the board has a problem with any of what you're doing. I mean, so, you know,
Okay,
2 foot high, 27, whatever it is. And,
yeah, it's 23 to 30 foot.
okay, all right,
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
good to go.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Good night.
Stay well.
All right, let's see what's next. Okay, at this time I'd like to open the meeting to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on anything or address the board? See none, I'll-
I have a question for Mr. Haggerty. There's a bunch of D variances on the agenda tonight, so I'm wondering when does,
I don't think there's D variances on the agenda, there are no use.
well,
That's the particular section of the ordinance, that's not a D variance, that's the ordinance designates those standards as letter
Section
C or
D,
letter
yeah.
section D.
D,
That
section
doesn't-
E.
They're still both variances, so when we grant relief, it's still considered a C variance and not a use variance. But the ordinance enumerate, it could be 38E5, for instance, but it happens with D. Some of
so if
them
it has a D and a 4 in parentheses, it's not a D variance?
No.
Okay. So how do you tell the difference?
Well, a D variance would either be a use variance, expansion of a non-conforming use.
No, I'm like, when it's right in written form.
That won't tell you. You gotta-
Okay.
That won't tell you. The ordinance labeling won't tell you. The D variance would go into those categories. There's conditional use variances.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if that's what that was.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
And the C is not a C variance?
No, no,
Okay.
it's not directly related.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Any other public?
The C and the D is references to the municipal land use code, land use law, not our code.
They're not coordinated. Yeah.
Okay. Any other members of the public wish to address the board? Seeing none, I'll close it. The public, bring it back to the board, and we'll wait for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Good job, Chief.
Yeah, daylight. Nice. Thanks.